Yeah.
What up?
Nice. Okay. Welcome. This is podcast number 5 or 6. I think it's number 5.
5, I think.
Number 5.
Pretty sure, yeah.
5 it is.
5 it is. 5 alive. Thank you for coming down, guys. I'm really enjoying this project that we're doing where we're getting questions from the members. We give a shot at answering them and letting everybody know our thoughts on the best way to tackle your CrossFit, your recovery, your mental game, and just having the most fun that you can while you're here at the gym.
Nice.
So the questions that we have received today are around recovery and the best way to recover from a workout, the best devices or tools to use to help you to feel the best you can every time you come into train and just in life in general. And another really cool question that I like, which is, does lifting weights make you bulky?
The bulk.
Great question.
That's an awesome question.
It is.
What comes to your mind first? Like, what's the burning question in your mind, or what do you want to talk about first, boys?
Recovery.
Okay.
What works? What doesn't?
Well, let's hear it, Dean. Let's see.
What works?
What works for you?
Sleep and nutrition. That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Podcast over.
Yeah, done.
Done.
No. So going into why. Sleep is the only real proven way. Compression as well. A lot of studies in that. And nutrition, literally refueling your body. Spending extra time elsewhere can be for that 1%, but then you've got to go into whether it is for performance or whether it is for health and where your time is spent.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, a nutritionist that I saw speak a while ago put it really, really well. Are you under recovering or are you under fueling? So when you're getting into the later ends of the week, have you actually eaten enough carbohydrates for your body to actually withstand what you're actually doing? Mm-hmm. And then we also got to think about what is training. So training is applying a stress to your body. So you come in here, just say you come in and you rip your face off on a workout. So you've hit a peak. The body at that then point does need to recover from that. What's some of the best ways of recovering from that? Well, the body actually needs its muscles to move to actually help you recover from it.
Why does it need to do that? Why do the muscles need to move?
Contraction. The lymphatic system, it's essentially gets rid of the waste, puts more good fuel, so sort of inflammation. That's what actually spurs a recovery. And
So
the way to
you
do
need-
that is to actually get it to
Move your
contract.
body. Yeah, and that's what they talk about, active recovery, doing
Absolutely.
things that are low impact. Swimming's great, walking's great.
Just coming in and moving.
Yeah, coming in
Yeah.
and doing
Coming in and moving.
easy CrossFit.
And that's one of the main things is just coming in and just moving better as well will actually help aid your recovery, and it will actually help you improve. So with recovery as well, you don't necessarily want to blunten it. So if you go and do an ice bath or something like that, it may be great for your subsequent session, but long-term effect, you're not going to get the same effect or adaptation or stim from the actual training program.
Okay.
To build on that, when is it applicable?
It's applicable when you're competing. So if you've got a back-to-back competition, say like All-Stars or something like that, well then ice bathing, because you need to then get as close to your peak performance for the next session to win the competition as you possibly can. If you're going through a training cycle, you want to actually sit there and you actually want to, get absolutely everything out of it. The best way of doing that is by putting in a great performance. If you're feeling a little bit under, where you should be back. So on a sauna scale, you're sitting at the 5 to 7 range. The things you need to do, you need to come back in and you need to keep moving. All right. Otherwise, that's, that acute phase of, muscle soreness won't last 1 day to 2 days. It'll end up lasting 7 days.
So just move. And also,
Absolutely.
That's the thing as well that I really like, is that because you guys love coaching so much and you love understanding this stuff, and our coaches here love this stuff, that if somebody comes in and they're just like, I just feel so sore, what should I do? You can guide them down the right path.
Well, you'll have someone in your ear explaining why you should do what you do and how to modify it, which you're not going to have that if you stay at home.
What are your thoughts on ice baths? Or at least like cold water baths?
So cold water immersion, I love it.
You love it?
I love it. Now,
What about cold showers?
no, Winston, not cold showers.
What's wrong with cold showers?
We're
We're talking about recovery. That's a
We're
different
talking- yeah.
topic.
That wakes me up.
So a cold water immersion is anywhere from 8 to 15 degrees.
Okay.
So you don't really want to go anything or that, or you're going to get your veins, vasoconstriction, so your veins closing over. So your body's not going to be able to pump through anywhere near as much as what it should. I like it because it makes me feel better. And that's some of the biggest things with recovery as well, is there's a subjective side of it. If it makes you feel better and you feel better for training, well then do it. It's like static stretching after a workout. You've just torn all your muscles. You are then going to actually take your muscles again to end range. So you're going to actually rip them even more. So that's actually going to have your DOMs at a worse. You're going to have worse DOMs after static stretching after a workout than what you would if you don't.
Okay.
So, but
But
if in your head you think, oh, I didn't stretch afterwards, oh, I'm definitely going to pull something, your body's going to lock up, you're going to be tense, you're not going to be able to do it.
So when you then stretch after a workout, is it ideal to just sit in good recovery positions rather than like
comfortable
work
position?
Not even a comfortable position.
You
Just
got
open
to
hips?
be moving.
Just keep moving.
You got to be moving.
So like a cool down, like on the bike or
bike, walk, some slow lunges. Just go through basic ranges of motion. So don't take things past their normal ranges of motion. I mean, it's going to switch off everything when you actually take a pass. So the muscles switch off once you take a pass, active range of motion.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's for performance? Would you say that's for performance? Because for us, that feel-good sensation at the end of a workout, once you have smashed yourself,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we take people through the static stretching.
Yeah.
Again, those static stretches can't be overreached.
Yeah.
Because then, again, you're damaging the tissue more.
Yep.
But is
that going to help with mobility?
No.
So it's not going to help with mobility to
It's
be
not.
warm at the end of a workout and to just sit in a nice kind of squat hold or something.
No.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't help because at the end of the day, your body's going to go through its active range of motion. When you take it through a passive range of motion, that means it's not. You might be able to sit in a lower squat, but what's the point of being able to sit into a lower squat if you can't put load through it?
So it's being stable at end range.
Exactly.
Which again, probably mobility, different topic that we could probably cover if you guys are interested in.
Sure.
But yeah, going back to your saying, if it makes you feel good, do it. If you have the time, for sure. For health,
Yep.
going through active recovery, continuing to move, and with, for example, for me, I've only just been testing it out for myself, sauna, and then having contrast therapy.
Yep.
So cold shower, sauna. I've been able to do that. I feel better, so I just do it, and I come back feeling better the next day. You can trial it. I'm trying to do for the 1%ers for performance though.
Yeah.
So there's another kind of thought if you've got that question.
Absolutely. And also it's about down-regulating your central nervous system. If it purely just gets you there to sit there and switch off, that will do wonders. So it doesn't, and that's why I like to have little powwows at the end of a session. So the conversation and sitting down with people is probably going to be more effective than what we're actually doing. If you get a massage, that's forced recovery. I really like the idea of forced recovery. If you go do a flotation tank, that's forced recovery as well. If you just go for a walk in the wilderness, that's forced recovery because you're taking yourself out of the situation. You're sitting there, you can either do it alone, you can do it with friends. You're actually just relegating the stress that's in your system, and that's what's going to help with your recovery.
And if that helps by doing ROMWOD, if it helps by sticking around the gym and just talking 5 minutes after class, trying to mingle with each other, then yeah, that all works.
So you guys are now tapping into the idea of the power of mindset in recovery. So if at the end of the workout, you just do something to relax your mind and relax the way that your body feels, whatever that is, that's going to aid towards recovery.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of the time people will finish a workout, will grab their keys and just boot straight into the car. I understand people have got places to be and life's busy. However,
we make time within the sessions to have those 5 minutes where we do kind of allow that time for you to relax. So then you aren't feeling flustered because then, your nervous system's going to be through the roof. And that's why float tanks and stuff like that and massage can work. That's why there are studies that say it does help recovery, because sometimes it does. But again, you have to see how it feels for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Absolutely.
Yeah, so Also, I think part of the recovery that the question was around also like devices, like
Yep.
those massage guns. What are your thoughts on? Because
Massage guns I haven't played around with much.
Yep.
Like I've tried it once or twice, and if you're like belting yourself with something, you're not going to relax like a normal massage would. And if you're having to hold it, again, it doesn't help that with either.
Because they've also got those Compex things as
Yep.
well.
So
Where,
the Compex, that's contraction for
Yeah.
sure, but thousands of dollars for the 1%.
That you could
And-
just get from walking around.
Yep, that your contractions are literally based on you moving, so
Yep.
you might as well move. And yeah, and not to mention, like, so that contraction is still based on all that. But I have so many friends that have one that do not use it.
okay, so
It requires a lot of time to even put it on. When you go for a 10-minute walk, you've only just put it on.
okay.
Like it, so bang for your buck. Don't recommend it.
So your advice then for those types of things would be put some headphones on, go for a walk, and listen to a TRG
Or just
Talk
move on the
podcast.
ground. Yeah, exactly.
Listen to one of these podcasts while going for a walk,
Yeah.
and you're going to get some good recovery.
Until
Yeah.
I get sponsored by Compex, then I'm going to shove it down your throat.
yeah,
Coupon code 10%
Yeah.
off.
Insta famous over
Yeah.
here.
So this leads me on to something that actually grinds my gears quite a fair bit.
Here we go.
So, and it's not just to,
Spoiler,
it's
rant
not,
coming.
yeah, here it comes. It's not just to recovery. It's into probably healthcare systems, health management, elite performance as well. Is we're such a reactive culture, we're not a proactive culture. All right. Why do I go see a physiotherapist? Because I'm hurt. Why does a physiotherapist think that they can demand the exact same amount, if not more, than what a strength and conditioning coach does? Why does a strength and conditioning coach has to volunteer where a physiotherapist get paid? It's because of the culture here in Australia is that we're a reactive culture. We think that physiotherapists are these, voodoo healers, when if we actually take care of the reason why we're actually getting injured in the first place, why wouldn't we do that? Perfect preparation, or the more time spent in your preparation, leads to better performances. Why do I need to spend so much time recovering and zero time preparing myself for a session? Then actually, if I'm sitting on a lacrosse ball for an hour and a half after each session and I'm doing it for 2 years, I'm doing something wrong.
Well, it's not working.
It's not exactly. It's the definition of madness. It's doing the exact same thing
And expecting
and
a different
expecting a different result.
Yeah.
Oh, the reason why is because I work so hard. No, it's not. Like if you jump
Are
in,
you getting a vein in your
I
forehead?
am. It's one thing that grinds my gears. It's probably also working in strength and conditioning as well. Is that we're expected to volunteer at football clubs, at sporting clubs, where a physiotherapist will get paid.
Yeah.
It really like
This whole time you could have been volunteering for me.
No. No. But I digress. But so when we get to the gym, what we want to do is we want to do a thermogenic exercise. You want to get onto the bikes. You want to get the heart rate up. You actually want to get the blood pumping through the body. All right. From there, then we want to do activation work. If the muscles are actually switched on and firing through dynamic ranges of motion, you're not going to overload the muscles. Therefore, you are not going to need to then release them after a session. Better preparation. So,
That's being proactive.
Oh, who
Yeah.
would have thought? Not just rolling in 10 minutes after a class has started. This is the big thing. Like, more time spent before a class getting activated and prepared
So
before
how much
a class.
time? How much time should a person prepare before a class, or are we going to take care of that during the warm up phase of the class?
Look, there's only so much that we can do.
Even
as-
if it's
as part-
3 to 5 minutes of
Yep.
extra warm up, so then when they're warm during the brief, and then they can get into the warm up feeling warm, rather than having to feel rigid in your warm up. Perfect.
So you got to come on time anyway. So you
Yeah.
may as well do 20 air squats and
Yeah,
move.
2 inchworms 3 rounds
Boom.
yeah.
before you start the session.
Sounds great.
Because then that switches your mind on too. Then you're going to be prepared mentally and physically to get into the warm up and into the workout, prevent an injury.
Yeah, and I guess my big thing is giving athletes the most bang for their buck with my time.
Yeah.
Do you want to pay me to warm you up? To take you through the exact same thing every single week to be prepared? Or if you want to do it on your own or 5 or 10 minutes before a session, well, then you get more time to learn skills. You're going to be able to get better quality work in. You're going to be able to, learn movements better. You're going to be able to understand your body better. It's just one thing that, we do a pretty good job here now. We do a good job of, teaching people rather than just being a, class manager. if someone asked me, you know how we did the activation before the deadlifts or when we did the 1RM? Yep. If you do that before your class, before we do any sort of class, you are going to perform better. You are not going to have lower back pain. If you do these different types of things and being a little bit more proactive in your preparation, I guarantee you are not going to need to spend as much time recovery. Take your time away from your recovery. Yeah, money. Like we've got the bands here. You've got so your foam roll. I like the idea of foam rolling because it's a larger surface area. You get the blood flowing. Post-workout, doesn't really matter. Pre-workout, much, much better. And also compression garments and also cold water immersion. It's just compression on the muscle itself. So they all do essentially the same thing.
Okay, so to recap all of that, so people have got a succinct idea as to what to do. Come to the session 3 to 5 minutes earlier, go through a real brief muscle activation or warm up yourself. Yep. That's going to activate your mind and your body, and you're going to be much more prepared to jump into a workout and be warm and prevent injury.
Which will prevent having to do anything else after, so you could recover quicker.
That's right. And so then, and the final word on really expensive Compex or Theraguns or whatever they're called,
just move.
Yeah, not worth it. Save your money.
A pack of 5 Therabands will cost you $8. We've done a number of different videos on Tech Talk on how to actually use them. If you do have any further questions, ask the coaches. We can take you through or incorporate them into the warm-up. You spend the time getting your body activated and moving and firing before. You will not need to do anywhere near as much. And I'm speaking from personal experience as well. I used to roll around on lacrosse bowls for 15 minutes to 45 minutes. It ended up being just to get my glutes firing before doing any sort of Olympic lifts. I do probably about 5 to 7 minutes worth of band work to get my muscles firing. I'm good to go. I haven't needed to foam roll really all that much for about a year now.
Very good.
So my time spent actually lifting weights and getting better quality, better volume in workouts.
So use that. Done.
All right. Well, I think also that probably will recap or bring us for enough. I think what we'll do is we'll save that question about will weights make you bulky for the next.
I'm going to solve that here. No.
It will not make you
No,
bulky.
it will not make you bulky.
Yeah.
Don't know the
Period.
hormone for it.
No.
Yep. So just as simple as that.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
It will not. Anything else to add to that?
If you eat more, you'll get bulkier.
Yeah.
If you eat less, you'll get smaller.
Okay. Well, I think that's pretty good because there's a lot of thoughts that CrossFit or weights are going to make you bulky, and the answer is just
No.
simple.
No.
And also, if that's not enough for you, if you want to hear a bit more science, let us know in the comments.
Yep. We can go down the rabbit hole next week if you really want me to go into the anatomy and physiology in regards to hypertrophy and strength training. If you really, really want that,
Well, some people might like to hear that.
And it's actually super hard. That's why.
and it's so funny because people will see the girls at the CrossFit Games saying, "Oh, they're just bulky. They just did 150 reps." In slow-mo, everyone looks bulky after lifting, a max effort lift. They don't. If you have a look at them, when they're walking off or the day after, they're looking pretty good, Nick.
Yep.
So.
And that's people that train all day, every day as
well.
And eat to get as big as they can, to lift as heavy as they can. So people have different goals, and what we program here is for people to just get toned, lose some weight, have some fun, high five, and get the fittest you can.
Absolutely.
That should cover that whole topic. But
I like that.
If people want to ask more, feel free.
Yeah, and whatever other questions you guys have got, shoot them down below, but make sure that you
smash subscribe.
Wherever that subscribe button is, make sure you submit it.
Yeah.
Notification bell.
Bing.
All right, guys. Well, mad love to everyone out there. Also, like we always say and offer each time, if you are keen to get some goals set, we've got some really good ideas for you. We've got a competition coming up. Also, this Friday, we've got the final Special K Challenge. So
get on board.
Yeah, if you want to see how well you've improved, get around it, have some fun. It's a sunny day. It's probably the last sunny day we're going to see for a while here in winter.
Yeah. Use it. Get some exercise in.
So have some fun, guys. Come to the gym. Enjoy the culture that we have here. And, we love you.
Love it.
XOX.
Peace. Ciao.